Raise and Kazina. Hey, well done, guys.
Well done, well done.
Well done.
Nice. Nice. We got a picture, right? A nice little question.
Right, yeah. Keep coming.
Let's stop it. Yeah.
Well done. Well done, kids.
Can see the great part. Nice. So, how you all find the trail was?
It was good.
It was muddy. So, if the trail was dry, you all think you could have done a better time?
Yes.
Nice. So, again, what's your name? And what's your age?
9.
And your name?
Because Mohammed
And your age. So, people be looking at that combined age of 19 years, right? And they're doing the virtual fusion virtual Tobago. Congratulations.
Well done, guys. Well done.
Well done, well done.
No grass on the last one.
Well done. So this is everybody coming?
Welcome back. Welcome back to Inside the Game, and of course, thanks for staying with us. And we were discussing before the break that we have some really nice interviews lined up for you guys. And on the line, virtually with us here, is Mr. Charles, the main organizer of the Fusion event. Good evening to you, sir.
Hi, good evening, good evening. Pleasure to be here.
Fantastic. So my name is Marcus Daniel, and I have Coach Cams next to me here. Yes.
Yes, Coach Cams.
Good night, pleasant good night to you, Mr. Charles.
Yes. So which part of the world are you beaming us from?
I am beaming from right across in Trinidad, hoping
Right.
to be in Tobago during the course of next week.
Okay, fantastic. Fusion. For those who may not know what fusion is, you can give a brief synopsis of what fusion is.
Sure. So in 2007, Fusion Adventures was birthed. It's really a means of showcasing the outdoors of Trinidad and Tobago. So when we first started, it was a team event, 4 persons involved per team, and we started with 14 teams as a means of promoting. Throughout the years, it grew to over 100 teams, and these are live events, right? So 100 teams of 4. We prepare the course in terms of widening the trails, having marker ribbons, officials, and so on. And in 2014, we came across to Tobago, where we introduced mountain biking as well. We were in the Table Peace area by Lekoto side, as well as Pigeon Point. And that was awesome. Persons kept asking about Tobago all the time. In 2015, we introduced a new event called Fusion Lite, which is a 2-person event. So 2 persons required to do the course. And then in 2018, Fusion 1-on-1. So really and truly, concept of fusion is a number of pieces coming together to make a whole. And so when we hosted the virtual event in Tobago, there were 200 teams that registered to do that event. Pieces coming together to make a whole is the partnership by the Division of Tourism, Culture, Antiquities and Transportation, as well as the Tobago Beyond company, Beyond Ordinary company. So the course was absolutely amazing. I think it's the best course we have ever done, ever. And persons who did courses worldwide in terms of exploring courses indicated that, listen, just as I indicated that this is a course, Trails in Tobago, that could contend with some of the best in the world as a next means of marketing Tobago and things that persons could do when they come to Tobago.
Oh, fantastic. And anyone in terms of age group can participate, because I'm seeing some youngsters there as well. I'm not sure if I may be able to participate there, but yeah, it looks very, very, very exciting. So it's about adventure and also learning more about the island through the rainforest and the different trails.
Correct. So normally in the live event, anyone below the age of 18 requires parental consent. So the team you saw coming in there on the virtual event for that leg, because it was over a 3-month period from the month of May, the beginning of May to the end of July, we utilized technology. So they had to use Strava or any GPS device, sync it with Strava. And once they upload, we are able to collate all of their results. They also had on the trail there were like 6 waterfalls, so they had to take Wi-Fi's at two, and they had to do the Tobago jig at the visitor center, which is
Yes.
on the Tobago Ridge. Yeah, man. And so they had to
I like
upload
that.
all of those
I
things.
was just going to
Yeah,
ask about that because I saw
yeah.
some videos of some of the persons who were hiking. They were
Yeah.
trying desperately to do the
They were
jig.
trying to jig.
One of those persons were very old,
Well,
Mr. Potter. He tried. I must give him that. He tried.
yeah, that video needed to be aired tonight today.
Yes, but he will put
Yeah, I know him. Yeah. So like in terms of injuries, do you have a high number of persons coming out injured in participating?
Actually, no, is for this event, and this was virtual, right? So with a virtual event is a bit more complicated because you want to ensure that, because you don't have marshals on the course, right? So you want to ensure that persons don't get lost. So we do, over that 3 month period, we had to periodically be maintaining the trail, going, ensuring any parts that grown, we cut. We also have the ribbons, and we have directional arrows and so on. And we have comprehensive descriptions of the course as well as video, so persons could follow. So thankfully, there were no injuries whatsoever throughout the 15 years of fusion. I think the most severe injury we ever had was uh, a damaged wrist,
Right.
because they were making a descent and they fell. So we do pay high attention on safety,
Yes.
and we had to introduce the virtual. We introduced a virtual series in Trinidad because of COVID, and at the time when we started the Tobago, at that time the COVID restrictions wasn't lifted, and as a result we had the virtual event there. But the intention is to host a live event in Tobago itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what are some of the categories that came under fusion? Did you have first man, or what are some of the
Hey,
categories?
I have some real nice news as you asked for that, right? So there are three categories, right? We have the co-ed, the female, and male. But we also recognize like the oldest team and the youngest team. So in the video, you would have seen the youngest team, where their average age is like 9.5 years old. And guess
Wow,
what the average age of the oldest team is? The average age of the oldest team is 71 years.
nice.
I'm telling you. Now the thing is, in the co-ed, we do have we have the top, we recognize in terms of cash prizes the top three teams. Everyone, all teams, everyone gets this medal. So you'll see this beautiful medal here with the Tobago emblem and captured within the national flag.
I love
They get
it.
e-certificates and so on. So everyone gets customized e-certificates. But the cash prizes go to the top three. So the top three in co-ed is a team. The third place was called Team Carried. Then second place was Ace Fun Runners Club, and in first place is 10K Tuesday Stragglers. And in the female side, for the top three, we had the Hash Girls, GYALS, One a Week, Look We Come In, and Five Star Fitness Factory Androids. And in the male category, we do generally have a lot of competition, and you would see there's the one a week uh, teams. They had like 23 teams in the event, so
Wow.
they came into third. They actually came in males fifth, fourth, third, and second, right? So in third place was one a week Unstoppable Force, and second was one a week Elite, and in first place is a club called Richards Jones Running. Guess what? The first place overall team is a Tobago team.
Eh,
It
eh.
is, hey, I'm telling you, is Elvis Turner and Akil
Right,
Right.
Boris.
right, right,
Yeah,
right.
yes.
Unexpected.
Expected.
That's
Yeah,
expected.
man.
Yeah.
So it was,
And,
they actually had to complete 10 miles. And
whoa.
so, because it started at the Bloody Bay Bridge, that is just after the beach facility. You drive down the hill past the field, there's a bridge there. The start is marked with an X and arrow. They then had to go up they had to cross the river and go up through some valleys, a steep ascent, and make their way to Tumacac waterfall.
Wow.
Then they had
Okay.
to connect to the Gilpin Trail, pass Silver Waterfall, Golden Waterfalls, make their way onto Nippling Trail, and then they will come by the visitor center where you would have seen Kerry doing his Tobago jig, that kind of thing. And then, and then there was a steep descent and a 5 kilometer finish back to the start. So they actually completed the event 7 minutes faster than any other team.
Wow.
Oh wow.
At a
Okay.
time of 1 hour, 32 minutes and 18 seconds. Real amazing, real amazing.
That's nice.
Yeah,
That's nice.
fantastic. In terms of the following online, I know you guys probably heavily on social media. Has that grown
Yes.
significantly over the years?
Yeah. So we are around 40,000.
Wow.
We do have a strong social media following. And you see, in particular, as we introduce the virtual events, a lot of persons who, all right, so let me explain. So Fusion Classic, the four-person team event, you essentially had to complete three courses in one day. That event usually starts at like 4 a.m., right? Yes, 4 a.m. And it ends like in the afternoon. Um, the Fusion Lite was a lighter version where, as in Tobago, you have one course to complete. And then you have the Fusion one-on-one, which is manos y manos, or womanis y womanos. Now, what took place in during COVID when we introduced the virtual event, every month you had to complete a course for 7 months. So in each month there was a new course, and during that time, a lot of persons who never participated in fusion, they perhaps never even ventured too much in the outdoors, they had the opportunity to try something and do it. And so that even caused it to grow more in terms of the awareness of the outdoors. So before that event, there's an area in Trinidad called Breezy Hill, which is on top of Chancellor with the national flag and so on. Subsequent to the event and persons recognizing weight, there's this in Trinidad and is not too far from the top of Chancellor. It was visited big time by nearly everyone.
Yes, and that's
So
that's
we
why I asked the
do
question.
have,
Yeah. Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
we do have a high following, and
Yeah.
what we have recognized is persons are beginning to like the outdoors a bit more, and in particular when we prepare a course, you don't have to worry about bush rubbing against your leg and so on. We widen the course so you could see everything and everything is well marked, because I think once persons have an increased sense of safety, they will venture. Once they understand what they can see and achieve in it. And really and truly, the outdoors is gentler on your joints and so on than in terms of the impact, and it provides um, fresh air and a
Yes.
lot of nice views and so on. And I really think both of you all, Coach, I think Coach K and Mark, I think you all should visit at least part of that trail in Tobago. At least on the Gilpin Trail, you could walk down to like Golden Waterfall, Silver Waterfall, and really understand and see the beauty within Tobago. Is really amazing.
Yeah. And as we look to close, right? I mean, what does it take to really pull off something like this for you guys?
Is a lot of togetherness, is a lot of persons coming together to work in terms of, listen, we have this shared vision, this is what we want, and we come together to go after it. But in particular, what is critical is the support by like you all, by THA, that let us come together so we could achieve something bigger than ourselves if we were to do it as individuals. So in a nutshell, that is what it is. And our tagline is, when you cross the finish line, you will know a little bit more of yourself. And that has proven to be true, not only for the participants, but us in terms of hosting the events as well.
Yeah. And do you guys plan to have a medal distribution ceremony and prize giving ceremony?
Right. So, in terms of the medals, because it was a virtual event and persons in all different parts of Trinidad and Tobago, we didn't think it would be prudent to call persons in one location just to gather, get medals and so on, right? So Buffer Sports, they have agreed to partner with us to be that distribution point. So persons will visit their website at buffersports.com,
Right.
go on the medal collection, and they have 5 different locations, 4 in Trinidad and 1 in Tobago by Milford Road. And so persons go there, they have a list of persons and they collect their medals. And during the course of next week, we will be distributing these certificates and so on. So you should see social media as well flooded with persons posting their majestic certificates of the map of Tobago and the course as well.
Yeah, I think this is a really wonderful initiative on your part, taking Tobago to the world. Anyway, I asked you a
Yes.
question about your following on social media, and I can see a number of our, what did you say, famous spots in Tobago.
Of course.
Being
Even ones that I do not know.
Exactly. I just know about Gilkin Trace. I
Yes.
think I hiked there already, but the other spots or landmarks in Tobago
Yes.
that persons like to visit, or persons who
Correct.
are interested in the outdoors.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
good to see that it's taken to the world. All right. So we're gonna continue seeing this event in Tobago.
Definitely, definitely.
I have one thing to say. Next time, please call me. Let me demonstrate the jig, because I see them butcher with jig. I
Well,
will
you know,
gladly demonstrate it for them. Look at this.
And he told Kerry said that he won a medal, right? He's gonna.
Yes.
Yes.
Let me add. Kerry did that trail 3 times, I believe.
Yeah.
3 times.
Yeah.
And he's going again this Sunday.
Fantastic. He's a lover of the outdoors.
Yeah, a lot of teams as well who they say they book the transportation late or whatever. A lot of persons are coming over to Tobago even during this month, next month, just to do the course to experience it. And I think a lot of persons who did it already in the race, their intention is to keep coming to do it because it's a really, really beautiful course. Really beautiful.
course.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mr. Charles, I want to thank you so much, and of course, thank you for bringing the event to Tobago and executing such a
Sure.
wonderful event. Big up to all the winners and all the persons who worked behind the scenes to make it happen.
Yes.
And of course, we look forward to having a bigger, better one in 2023.
Yes,
Thank you.
definitely. Thanks very much. Have an awesome one. All right.
Fantastic. Yeah, so Camille, look forward to seeing me next year. Even if it's to cut the trail, I'll be there.
Listen,
you know?
I was invited to go on that trail so many times, but I don't think I have what it takes to go on that trail. I don't have all that belly.
You have a good coach here, yeah, Porter.
Porter
Yes.
go take videos, I mean.
Yeah, so of course we have more interviews lined up for you guys tonight. Of course, you're live on Tobago Sports Live.